And there have actually been a few iterations of change since conferences started to return. At first, there was this cautiously bubbly atmosphere. People were kind of overjoyed and simultaneously tentative about being back in groups. That combination of attributes, understandably, made those early in-person conferences a little less conducive to business conversations and more focused on just reconnecting, which is also great. More recently, though, there has been a really positive turn toward maximizing business and strategy conversations at these events. School administrators, they're being asked to do more with less, and conference committees and associations have started to embrace the associate member as a more dominant part of the learning opportunity available at a conference. Spending time in an exhibit hall provides an attendee access to a room full of industry experience, solutions, ideas, choices, efficiencies that they desperately need right now. It's been a great transition to start to see. Budgets and staff are both stretched incredibly thin. The number of conferences returning to in-person is fantastic, and I sincerely hope that the attendance supports all of them. But I also believe that maybe more than ever before, attendees will be closely evaluating ROI at a conference and making some hard choices about how much value their presence will return to their campus or their office or their company in exchange for the time and money spent to attend. Our priorities when we travel are to connect, learn, and help. We aim to connect with as many school administrators and other colleagues as possible, learn what challenges they're facing and what new developments are happening on campuses or with our partners, and ultimately find ways to help. So those high-level priorities probably don't differ all that much from many of the other attendees. It's a service-oriented community. But being a not-for-profit offering services that are free to schools does give us the luxury of having no competing priorities. We simply want to help as many schools and loan providers as we can become more efficient, reduce day-to-day administrative tasks, and ultimately allow more time for the school to focus on the real reason we all do this, the students and the families. They certainly have, and for a while, campuses were going into crisis mode in reaction to that fact. There was an impulse to stay heads down, trying to weather the current staffing shortage in lieu of considering long-term efficiencies. That may seem counterintuitive from the outside, but really it's basic human nature. So now, with unemployment at an all-time low, many may be realizing that the staffing shortage is just the reality of our foreseeable future. And similar to what I mentioned us seeing, or starting to see at least in the spring, some administrators will travel to these fall conferences on a mission to find efficiencies they haven't considered before. They'll consider large and general questions like, what can we do better? What can we outsource? And they'll probably also consider the smaller tactical questions like, if we do something 100 times a day that takes 3 mouse clicks each time, how can we get that to 1 click? And when was the last time we evaluated this one piece of our workflow to see if there's a better solution? The answers to those questions, the large and the small, can be found at these conferences. The people, that's an easy one. The people in this industry are special, and the energy shared at in-person conferences is a tremendous boost. So I'm looking forward to getting back out there and seeing people face to face. as I mentioned, we had a taste of it last spring, but it feels like this coming fall will be the full return. This may not be a popular answer in some circles, but I would say rock the boat. Change can be uncomfortable, but innovation and significant leaps forward don't happen without it. Question things that haven't been questioned in a while. Don't mistake a strong personality with experience for someone who must have all the answers. The answers change. You can be the person who finds the new one.